of all, let me take a quick survey of what you are expecting from this workshop. Um, just a moment. Oh yeah. This. Okay. Okay, I'll just give you a link and all of you can put your answers there. Okay, all of you can see a link in the chat box. Please go to the link and put your answers. What do you expect from the workshop today? And meanwhile, I'll find out what's wrong with presenting. Okay, I got it. Oh, something valuable. Alternately, you can also scan the QR code that you can see on the screen if you can't access the link. Okay, something new about PowerPoint. Great. Enhance PowerPoint presentation skills. Nice. Oh, you are here for entertainment. Great.
एक्चुअली में भैया ये चल क्या रहा है अभी यहाँ पे?
Shivansh, this is a workshop on presentation skills.
Yes, what is this showing expectation from the workshop?
Like you can put your answers. What are you expecting from
Where?
this workshop? You can either click the link in the chat box or you can scan the QR code.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. Learning PowerPoint pitfalls to avoid while making a PowerPoint. Great answers. Let us move ahead. So, why do you think we need a PowerPoint? Like, why don't we use something like something like a doc or a Word document? Why don't we use Word document? Can someone volunteer to say what makes PowerPoints better?
The
Yeah,
main the main concept of PowerPoint was to focus on points. If we show on documents, then we cannot pinpoint the topic we are mainly speaking.
yeah,
Cannot concentrate on that. We just move on to other topics, and the viewers would move on to other topics and just look at what's going on. But when PowerPoint is there, you can make viewers focus on the point that is going on. They can, be prevented from distracting from this.
okay, yeah. Suraj Kumar Kushwaha, do you want to say
I
something?
I think that it helps to connect our idea to other people's through presentation.
Okay, Divyansh Takre, we'll just take a couple of more answers.
Okay, the first thing keep the attention of the people on a
Hmm.
specific point. And secondly, extra features also, like adding of moving text and documents, and the actually the
Yeah, all right,
is different
Divyansh.
that way.
We have got a couple of answers. What makes it better? Can you tell me, Divyansh, where would you use PowerPoints as an engineer? Where do you
Uh,
expect that you'll use?
Generally for a team meeting or
Hmm.
while presenting my ideas, and
Okay.
not while giving the reports, just for presenting ideas, I
Okay.
suggest.
Okay. You'll use while doing your exploratory project or your UG project presentations anyway. Other than that, you'll use it if you are into some teams and if you are organizing some meetings, you'll use it there.
Yeah, for
And
meetings,
once you are out into the like whichever job, whichever career you are planning to go, anywhere you will use PowerPoints maybe
yes.
90% of the times. So, yeah, what are the use cases? Someone is unmuted and I'm getting an okay. All right. We have covered what to expect, what do you expect, and where do we use it, and why do we use it. So, now what I would like to do is I'll just make a presentation out of what is present here, like as a document that will help you in getting a hands-on experience, right? So first of all, what's the must-have to make a presentation? We'll need a software, right? So I'll again take a quick survey on which all platforms have you used, which all applications have you used to make a presentation. You can scan the QR code and put your options here. PowerPoint slides, great. Okay. Okay, PowerPoint seems to be the most famous one. Never made a presentation. Great, no problem. Okay, let me give you a simple comparison between MS PowerPoint and Google Slides. MS PowerPoint is an age-old tool for making presentations, and it is quite advanced. It has got all the advanced features like 3D animation and all this stuff. Someone has unmuted. Okay. Kshitish, please take care that if anyone gets unmuted, you can mute them, unless, like if they have nothing to say. So great.
Okay.
MS PowerPoint seems to be the most famous one. But what advantage do we have by using slides? For an engineer, we always look for the easiest way to get something done, right? What Google Slides offers better than MS PowerPoint is one thing, the templates. The templates are more versatile. We have templates for presentations, we have templates for report and all this stuff. Whereas there are templates in PowerPoint as well, but they are more like pinpointed templates rather than being versatile. That's one advantage of Google Slides, and the other advantage of Google Slides is they are collaborative. We all kind of like when you are doing your exploratory project or your BTech project, it's more or less always collaborative. You need to have more people doing it together. That is where Google Slides help you a lot. Other than that, you know, uh, MS PowerPoint or Google Slides, it doesn't matter much for an engineer. If you are someone into designing, only then MS PowerPoint uh, has the advanced features that would help you. So for this workshop, I'll be using slides, Google Slides, for two reasons. One is MS PowerPoint is paid, and I don't have a license to use MS PPT, and I don't have a Mac to use Apple Keynote. So I'm going with slides. Whenever you want to make a new presentation, you just need to type slides.new on your browser, and it will be there. Okay, first thing first, you will choose a theme for your presentation. Google Slides has got some cool themes. You can choose any of them. All of you can follow my cursor, right? Someone like Kshitij,
Yes,
is
yes,
my
we
cursor
can.
visible on the screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Another advantage of slides is that we need not save it. It is auto saved. I think MS PowerPoint has also got this feature now. All right. So one good thing of having a template and theme is that the title and the text are already given. But what if you pick the theme where you are not given the title and theme? How to choose where to put the title and the theme? That we'll discuss along with uh, the next topic, which is designing slides. In designing slides, design always means two things. One is planning, the other one is attention management. Whichever design it would be, whether it be poster design or a presentation or a town design as well, you basically need to have a plan of what all things you need to present. Suppose for the presentation today, I have already outlined a few points that need to be presented. Along with this, when I making a presentation, I'll need a slide for introduction. I'll need a slide for thank you, and I'll somehow connect all the points and I'll make a presentation. That's the basic plan that you need to develop for any presentation that you want to make. So again, anyone who is into poster designing, you can raise your hands. Oh, I see no one. Okay, a couple of people. Great. Those who are into poster design will know the play of white space and the text. So even in PowerPoint, it is always good to have some white space instead of occupying all the available space. That is because we want to direct the attention of the audience to a certain point. We want to focus on something. To make something focused, the best way to bring the focus is to leave the other space empty. Uh, After this, okay, let's move on to some basic mistakes that are done. All right. If I want to like enumerate or enlist all the tips for this presentation, so I'll make a new slide, which is Control M. You'll get a new slide, and you can change the theme of that slide as well. I mean, you can change the layout if you wish to. Let me put that 5 tips for making great presentations. No, before going to designing, one thing you always need to keep in mind is the size of audience and the purpose that you are making the slides for. Let me give you an example. If you are giving it as a project presentation, whether it be suppose it is your exploratory project and there are a couple of profs sitting there and you need to present it before them, then it is still fine if you have some text here. Let me type something random. If I am presenting for a kind of 5 or 6 people in a room, then this size of font is still fine. Suppose if you people have used SlideShare, where slides for many courses are available, and if you are doing a presentation for SlideShare, then this text size or a little bit more text size is still fine, right? Whereas if you are presenting for a huge audience, consider it to be some hundreds or even some audience greater than 30, then this font size will become non-legible. Legibility is the first priority that you must make. The second priority you must have in your mind is the aesthetic. How does it look? So, considering the legibility, you will always choose this font size based on the size of your audience. Okay. Now I'll make this a list. For making it as a list, here you will find options for using a numbered list or a uh, unnumbered list, what we call as bulleted list. Suppose I have a numbered list here and I have made 5 tips. Imagine if you are presenting this 5 tips for making great presentations this way, and I'll show you another way to do this. Consider a layout with only a big title and put the heading there. Now I'll put a tip that you should always use charts instead of tables. All of you know pie charts, histograms. So all these are pie charts. Suppose instead of having a pie chart, I have written the same thing as a table. What would be the difference in the impact it would have? Is everyone muted? Oh, Kshitij, I would like to have it a bit more interactive. So if possible, you can
Okay,
remove those
those who
stuff.
want to speak, they can raise their hand and I will unmute them.
Okay. Yeah. Can someone say what's the difference in impact of pie chart versus a table? What kind of difference in the impact would it have?
Um, it will be like visually more easy to understand, like according to human cognitive skills.
Great. On point. Yeah. Any more
It will be
answers?
more attractive,
Yeah, it will be more attractive
and
aesthetic
it will
in the
like talk to us.
aesthetic
The pie
sense.
chart will talk to us, unlike the table.
Great. Yeah.
It will be more engaging to the audience. They'll be more engaged in viewing the pie chart rather than the whole table.
Yeah.
The data is more simplified.
Yeah. The data is more simplified. Right.
Pie chart is easy
Comparing
to
the data
understand.
is very easier. We can easily compare the data. Like if we are having different percentages, so we can easily compare which is in majority and which is in minority.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll know the comparison between couple of stuff.
Better
So
visualization of data.
Pie chart is easy to understand.
yeah, pie chart is easy to understand. Thank you for all the answers. Okay. Enough on the discussion between using charts and tables. I hope uh, you must have understood how it will be helpful. So moving on to another tip, I'll make it like choose diagrams or pictures over text. I hope all of you might have heard this thing called this quote, which says a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. How many of you have heard it? You can raise your hands. Great. All of you know this. A picture is worth more than 1,000 words. That's a basic uh, rule, again, used in making slides, that whenever you can use a good picture which can replace text, you always try to use text. Okay, that will bring me to another rule, which is kind of a standard rule, which is called the rule of threes. What it basically says is kind of use only three kinds of slides. There are various layouts, right? So you can try to restrict yourself to using three kinds of slides, so that uh, by seeing the slide, the audience will understand whether it's a heading. Like, you can actually manipulate their focus, uh, that people will understand what you want to convey from the specific slide. So before moving on to the mistakes that we generally make in designing slides, I'll give you a brief overview with the UI of the interface of Google Slides. We have this file button, which gives you the options to share with others, create a new presentation, open an existing presentation. Another beautiful option we have here is to import slides. You can import slides from any of your previous uh, presentations. Here, I would like to import a few slides and show you a difference of how it works. It's taking time. Okay, here are a few slides from our previous meeting. So if we have these, like there are basically just four goals that we wanted to discuss. Here, if I had enlisted all those four goals like this, there won't be specific emphasis on each of the goals. Whereas if I have, whereas as I did here, if we move each goal to separate slides, there will be very different impact and there is specific emphasis on each of the goals. This is a common mistake that people do, that they try to enlist as much as possible in a single slide rather than breaking it into different slides. This will impact this will basically impact the impact that will be on the audience. Okay. Now, a couple of people asked that they wanted to learn something new from this presentation. I hope I see that a very few people have picked Prezi. 2% of top 105 is just two people, I guess. So this I will introduce you to a cool software for making presentations. You know how many people struggle with making all those animations, slide transitions in the PPTs? Whoever have used MS PowerPoint can raise their hands. Like if you have ever used those slide transitions, custom animation, all this stuff. Okay, there are a lot of people who find it difficult. Presenting you Prezi, a very easy to use tool for making cool presentations. Okay, instead of showing a new presentation, I'll use a old presentation that I have made. Which one should we choose? Okay, mentorship 101. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's finish this. We have more options in Google Slides, like making a copy. You can email the presentation to someone. You can download it as a PPTX or plain text. There are several options. You can download the current slide as a JPEG and PNG. Here is a like jugaad that if you want to design a poster for some event, especially the background poster, if you want to design something like that, slides or MSPPT is a great tool to do that, because you can design a slide with all the things you want. You can put the logos, you can put the title and everything, and it becomes a poster, right? You don't need to learn uh, the Adobe Photoshop or anything like that for making posters. For simple posters. Similarly, another cool thing about Google Slides is that it holds the complete version history. If you forgot, if you made some unnecessary changes or someone made changes to your slides, you can just retrieve all the previous versions, whichever are available here. You just click on the last change was made, and you will get all the versions that were present for the particular slide. Okay, and there are a lot of other stuff. When you start making presentations, you will understand the use of each button. And then we have views, and we have insert. You can insert images, text, all these things. I think are basic to whoever have already made some presentations. But I'm just explaining for those who have never made a presentation in their life. So we can insert shapes, we can insert tables, we can put charts. Especially a great integration that comes here is you can put charts from sheets. Suppose you have a data on uh, Google Sheets and you want to convert it into a chart, maybe a histogram or a pie chart, whichever of your choice. You'll just need to link the pie to the sheet, and it's done. You'll have a pie chart from the data that is present in the Google Sheets. I think I'll show you an example of converting data into data into a pie chart. And yeah, many people's favorite MS PPT has something called custom animation. Custom animation. The same thing here is called transition. This transition is for slides, and we have object animations as well. But the thing about Google Slides is it has very basic animations and very few choices for slide transitions. Suppose we want to fly it from the left. On click, it will fly. So those who have already interacted with MS PowerPoint would know this stuff. But those who are new to Google Slides, you'll find all those stuff here in the slide button. You'll have transition, and in transition, you'll have object animations. Okay, one more great thing about Google Suite is that you have a lot of add-ons to use. Okay. Okay, these are all the add-ons that you'll have. Lucid Chart is for making things like ER diagrams in database management system or family trees. All such charts you can make in Lucid Chart. And Peer Deck is something for for making presentations like a deck. You can put some questions, or for quizzes, you can use Peer Deck. And there are many more add-ons, each with its own usage. Okay, so I think Prezi must be ready by now. I'll show you the Prezi. Why is it taking so long? Okay, so this is a sample of Prezi. It has a lot of animation, and You just need to put in the stuff, and all the animation is done by Prezi. You can see there is a lot of animation in this. Just an example of how Prezi looks. This will help you in engaging the audience better. Okay, I hope you got an idea of how Prezi looks. And to make a new Prezi, you just need to go to the Prezi website and you click on getting a new presentation. This is the Prezi website, and go to Prezi present. And if you click on the plus symbol, you'll get the option to create a new Prezi. The downside about this is you can't download the presentations as PPT, and by default, for a free plan, your presentation will be public. Anyone can access your presentation. If you want to keep your presentations private, you'll need to buy a plan. Okay, that's for Prezi. And how many people find it difficult to find a template for their presentation? Okay, Shivansh finds difficult. Niyati, Aman Jha. All right, I'll just give you all a simple a website that will help you to get really cool templates for your presentations. Mhm. The website name is slidesgo.com. If someone is into designing, they might know FreePic, which gives free vectors for designing. SlidesGo is by the same creators. Just a moment, it got struck. Okay, meanwhile, let's plan for tomorrow's practical session. So, okay, those who want to make a practical session tomorrow, like those who want to participate in it, can send us one of their previous slides, whichever they have made, and we will pick a few presentations and we will find out what are the changes that can be made to make it look better, have a better impact. Kshitij, uh, you
हाँ
can,
भैया
yeah, you can quickly make a Google Sheet which will have name and they can upload a file and put the link here so that whoever is interested to present, like have their presentations tomorrow, they will send us their presentation. We will pick a few and we will find out corrections that can be made, not corrections, improvements that can be made in the presentation.
okay
Okay, yeah, this is Slides Go. Slides Go has templates for all your needs. Like if you want to do a presentation for for the project presentation, you will find a template here. You can just type like project report or something, and you will get a lot of templates. We'll pick a template now and we'll use it. Okay, we'll use online notebook. This can be used as Google Slides or PowerPoint. I am choosing to use it as Google Slides. It's really taking time. Okay. Okay, any questions till now? You can put in the chat box. I'll check out your questions there.
We had one previously. It was to explain the rule of three in a detailed way.
Okay, I'll get you the detail on your screen. Any more questions? Kshitish, you can help me if there are any more questions you can ask me.
Someone asked, is Prezi free or not?
Prezi has a basic plan which is free, in which you can make the presentations, but you can't download them and you must keep it public. You can't make it private. That's
Okay,
about Prezi.
like a freemium model.
Yeah,
Swati is asking, how do we create illustration in PowerPoint or Google Slides?
or we can't make an illustration for making basic posters, especially for the background design. We can use a PowerPoint slide, and we can design a PowerPoint slide and we can use it as the background. If you are asking about making like the same thing which is done by Adobe Illustrator, I am not into designing, so I can't answer that. Maybe you may have some options in MS PowerPoint like 3D designing and all this stuff, which can be used to make some basic illustrations.
Yes, means sometimes we do try with shapes, some kind of
Hmm.
illustrations. One is how to make custom animations by Aditya.
Okay, I'll show in Google Slides itself. This is a Slidesco template. Slidesco templates are more or less the same. Like they have the same structure, just that the background and the fonts change and the colors change. So if you want to add a slide animation here, you are on the slide number 8 and you go to slide, the slide option, which is sixth in the bar, and click transition. You can choose any transitions like slide from left maybe, and you can also apply it to all slides. and let us put some object animations as well. I have chosen an object here, and then I get the option to choose an animation for it. Here you go. You have fly out to left, fly out to right. There are a lot of options which you can choose from. Okay, let me play this. So first of all, this slide has transition. Then when we want to move to the next slide, it will slide off to the left. In the same way, you can customize it according to your need. If you are using fly in, that means it will enter, whereas if you are using fly out, it will exit. So let me show fly in as well. Is it Aditya who asked?
Yes, it is Aditya Chaparia.
Okay, did you get how we make slide transition and animation? Okay, I think he got. Uh, there are other questions. Yeah, tell us about margins and page layout. Okay, great. One thing about page layout and margins is that in presentations, you must take care of the margin by yourself. It's always good to have a symmetry. Suppose the Mercury thing is somewhere here and the Venus thing is as it is. So we are lacking the symmetry, right? That will affect the aesthetics of the slide. One thing is that, and another thing is people prefer to choose left indentation for bigger text. That is because human eye go like, especially in English, we go from left to right. So if all the beginnings are to the left, it will be easier for the person to read. Whereas since this text is small, we can still use the center align. The alignment stuff are here. Uh, this is for using align, left align, center align. This is right align, and this is justify, which will increase the space between words so that the sentence goes from the extreme left to extreme right. Justify is not very much used in casual presentations. It is only used for reports and stuff. And we have top align, middle align, and bottom align. Those are alignments, and we have line spacing. These are all the options that you will find. When you start making presentations, you will understand all of them anyway. And as I initially pointed out, we need to take care about the white space. That is how you create focus for a certain element. Here, if you want to have something which needs higher focus, then that is when you will use this big uh, font to put in something important or to grab the attention of audience. And meanwhile, in the presentations, you can also use a picture so that it will be useful in grabbing the attention of the audience. And similarly, we use pie charts and a lot of infographics can be used. All this stuff you can use to plan your attention management. How do you want the audience to focus. Where do you want to drive them? So presentations are actually very useful in manipulating people as well. I'll tell you how. You see, here is a big number. Similarly, we can make a graph, suppose, which says that, do we have a graph here? I don't have a graph. Okay, let me draw it up. Okay, we got it. All right. I think you all can see the whiteboard. Yeah. Okay. So let me give an example. Oh man. Okay, you people are playing. You are having fun here. All right. Let me stop this then, and I'll present the screen. All right. I just wanted to show you how we can manipulate not only in the sense of deceitful manipulation. You can manipulate people to the better also, to drive your point in a better way. If you use a graph uh, with a smaller scale, the difference between two lines would be so minimal, then they will think that there is a very less difference between two things. Whereas if you put the scale of the graph a bit more, then they will feel that there is a huge difference between them. That is how diagrams can manipulate people. And diagrams are presented well using PowerPoints. All right, where did we land? Okay, I have already shown you some templates with slides go. You have a plenty of options here. You can choose the colors, you can choose the theme for your presentation, and you'll get a nice template from slides go. And once you have the template, all you need to do is put in your text and put in your pictures there. Yeah, Divyansh, you are right. I thought of making a presentation here itself, but since I am presenting on MS Teams, it has become a little glitchy. Gaurav is asking what is the best setting for line spacing. Gaurav, it comes with a default setting of 1.15 line spacing, and generally it's the best. Unless you want to put in more text in the same slide, then you can make it one. Okay, so Kshitij has put up a form in which you can send your presentations if you have made any previous presentations. And tomorrow it will just be a practical session. It will be short. We won't take much time. In which I will discuss two things. like I'll pick up any two presentations from your side if we receive some presentations, and we will suggest some improvements that can be made. And in the end, I'll pick up a presentation from Elon Musk and show how like how different people like Elon Musk think. Uh, like even the basic skill sets of presentations and Excel matter when you are going into the field of entrepreneurship or going into any corporate job. Anywhere you might be going, the basic skill sets will help you a lot. And yeah, we are towards the end of the meeting for today. If anyone has questions, you can ask now, or we can have questions tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'll better come with a made up presentation rather than thinking to make one here.
You can drop your queries in the chat box for now. Okay, so for now they are not we are almost at the end. Just for just some suggestions and some announcements. Today, a lot of things were told in the session, and means after 1 hour you might forget a lot of them. So it's a humble request. Try to note down some of the points which you remember on a copy and paper. Try to note at least five, then you will realize that something really good was told that time. Also, the things that were told, we will be sharing some of the links of the resources, free pick, etc. And the template one, Pratham, uh, slides go,
Let's
we
go.
will share
Yeah.
some of the links on the WhatsApp group. Also, we will share the YouTube video link after uploading it, and we hope that you will be tomorrow also you will be here. And in case some of you are by default a presentee or you get a whiteboard, then try to be you know uh, disciplined. It is a platform where we will learn together. Presentations cannot be taught in a day. You will get it only by practice. So
Yeah.
things will be told like this, and we will do it together.
Tomorrow's will be anyway the final session in presentations. In throughout the skills bootcamp, what we want to do is, if you don't know at least the basics, then we will brush the basics briefly, and then we will show you some resources that can be used to develop your skills. Rather than giving you the A to Z, we want to give at least the ABCs of each of the skills. Uh, Today, as I have covered a bit of Google Slides, it's almost the same interface you will find on MS PowerPoint also. So tonight, go there and work on it hands-on. Only then you will learn what's in it.
There's one more question by Gaurav कि जब प्रेजेंटेशन बनाएंगे तब डाउट होगा तो कैन वी मेक द प्लेटफॉर्म अवेलेबल फॉर डाउट्स फॉर एटलीस्ट 3-4 days.
Yeah, surely, Gaurav. You can put up your questions, and at least tomorrow you can ask your questions in this session, and later on, if you have some questions, you can put there and we will answer them. And Pradham has asked, can we get templates like Prezi in SlidesGo? No, Pradham. Actually, SlidesGo only has templates without any animations, whereas Prezi is completely different. Prezi is a software, whereas SlidesGo is a website which provides templates for MS PowerPoint and Google Slides. Jana Ajit is asking how to use Prezi. I'll just quickly show you how to use Prezi. Go to your browser, click Prezi. Type in Prezi. Prezi. And the one you get on the top is Prezi. Ajit, do you want me to show a working Prezi, like how to make a Prezi presentation? Anyway, if you are a new user to Prezi, then you'll have to sign up. But since I am already logged in, I'll just get the dashboard directly. And here I'll go to Prezi Present, which is the fourth option on the left bar. Here you'll have options like create from a template, start from scratch, and convert PowerPoint. This is another option. If you already have a PowerPoint, you can convert it into Prezi. What you'll get is just the slide transitions will change, like the one I have showed in Prezi. So when you want to create, you can create from the templates. Okay, you don't want that. Fine. So that's how Prezi works. You'll find a template and go there and put in your data, like the text and the images. Okay, Kshitij, I think we'll wrap up for today, and all of you can come with your questions tomorrow. Uh, Tonight you can practice. You may pick up any topic and make a basic presentation, maybe of 2-3 slides. Even that will help. And if you have some previous presentations that you have made, you can put those in the form that we have floated. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Okay. Thank you, Neeraj Bhaiya,
Can
and
we have
also
the recording from the session?
yes,
Yeah,
Ritesh,
yeah,
are you
Ritesh.
asking something?
The recordings of this session, भैया.
Yeah, it will be provided. Kshitij,
Okay,
please
so
go ahead.
yeah, so thank you, Neeraj Bhaiya, and thank you to all the patientful listeners. We will wrap it up for today, and again tomorrow we will start with the same zeal and enthusiasm. I hope we learn something from the whole boot camp. And the spirit should not die. Like you have to be enthusiastic, and you have to keep patience as well. Today it happened that some of the people joined the wrong meet. I mean, some of you again out of enthusiasm created a meet, and many of you were there only, but later on you got to know it on the group and you joined the right one. So MS Teams has, like, the app takes some time to load, and sometimes the screen is not visible, so be patient with that. Things will be fine tomorrow, and see you all tomorrow. Okay, so goodbye everyone.